So this is what I'm left with, guys. My husband tried to till, but the tiller, yeah, the tiller cannot handle all the roots and everything that comes with, that's in the soil. He did the best that he could, and my husband is a big guy, you know, so he was working that tiller, but the tiller just cannot handle everything that's going on with the soil right now. So as you can see, it's a lot of roots popping out. And I thought by putting the tiller on the edge as close as possible to the fence, it will break up a lot of the roots and kill off the vine. But that's not the case. So I'm gonna have to go in and physically trim as much of the vines coming up the fence line and then spray. I really don't want to spray, but that's what I have to do at this point. So we started tilling from right here by the post right here, because right here in this area I'm gonna do like a nice little brick patio to put a bistro set that I have to sit underneath this bean tree. It gives a lot of shade. I think that this area will be a really small, intimate area where I can sit and just enjoy my garden on this side of the yard. Okay guys, this is like day 3 or 4 of me out here battling these weeds. So I just decided to physically pull them off the fence with my bare hands and my machete. I have a machete that I use and my Fiskars loppers. And that's what I've been doing for the past, I think, hour or so. Hope you guys can see. Once again, we have a privacy fence going in. So when I plant my hydrangeas, I'll be planting them closer to the edge towards me instead of pushing them back to the fence. I'm going to leave enough room so the men who put in the privacy fence have enough space so they don't damage my hydrangeas. I have the first 6 in, guys. I spaced them roughly 3 feet apart because these are the regular limelights. They get about 8 feet tall and wide if you let them. And as you can see in the back, I gotta pick up those scraps, but I left just enough space for when they install the fence that they have enough room to work and not damage my limelights. Now these limelights, they're from clearance. I bought every single one of them on clearance. That's why a lot of them look dried and brittle, but at the same time they have a lot of new buds and new leaves pushing out. So I have 2 more, and those 2, I need to put down some more cardboard. Those 2 are gonna go right here. So that will be 8, and then I have here to clean up as well. Now I'm doing this in manageable chunks, guys. I am not doing every single thing all in one swoop. That's just not realistic for me. So I'm doing it in sections. So I'm gonna plant the first 8 because that's all I have. So guys, the cardboard is really to suppress whatever weeds and grass roots that's left in this area, because we try to till it, but that didn't work. However, I was trying to do the no-dig method, but that's not going to work either because these root balls, they're too big, and this yard is at a slope. The back of it is at a natural slope. So in order to get everything level, I would have to build retaining walls and all of that, and I like a more natural environment. I don't need retaining walls in my yard anyway. There's nothing wrong with them. A lot of them, they look beautiful, but I'd rather not have any. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an X, a huge X, as if this was like landscape fabric. I'm put a huge X, dig out a hole, put this down 2 to 3 inches, and then I'll build on top of this with soil and compost. So it's like I'm doing the no-dig method, but I'm digging just a little bit because the root ball is just too big and they cannot fit, or should I say, it won't look right. In order to cover these and have them snug into the soil, the soil will have to be at least 1.5 feet, and it just won't look right in this area because the bed behind me is not that tall. What I did in the bed behind me, I put down in the ground a couple inches, and then I build soil around them and to cover the root balls. So that's what I'm going to do. Just like that, I'm just going to dig this out a good 2 inches, pop them in, pop it in, and I'll do the same for the rest of them. Then I'll build my soil, compost, and all that good stuff, mix, blend around them, and hopefully it looks right. Everyone garden differently, and this is just my way. This is what works for me. In each hole, I already put my biotone starter fertilizer. So now I'm just going to backfill with some of the dirt and compost mix. I will not be putting back the clay soil in the dirt in the hole. This is where I am right now. I watered everything in. My battery died in the process. I watered everything in, and this is what I have so far. Now the sun is moving around the house. It is now facing south. Toward the house is the front of the house is facing south, and that's where the sun is right now, which casts a shade on this side. And then here is gonna get afternoon sun, intense afternoon sun, and then here get morning and midday sun. So I watered everything in. Now the next thing to do, I'm going to run drip irrigation to this section of the bed. I will be connecting from that previous bed up there with those hydrangeas. I'll be connecting the drip from there and run it individually to every single hydrangea. Then I'm going to mulch, but I'll have to do that in part 2 because I don't have enough of the mulch I plan on using. I plan on using the black mulch that you buy at the big box stores, and on this side of the garden I don't plan on planting anything else with these hydrangeas other than some heucheras that I have in the previous bed. I will mimic the same thing in this bed. In part 2, I will clean up these hydrangeas. I won't prune them severely. I'm just going to clean up these hydrangeas just a little bit, run drip and mulch, and edge this properly. That's what I have going on right now. So I'll see you guys in part 2.